Right. So welcome everybody. I am really excited. We are actually already broadcasting on Facebook, so I don't even have to try to figure that out. So if you are on Facebook or if you are on Zoom, no matter how you are joining us, welcome. And it is going to be a really exciting night. You've been hearing bits and pieces about this. I'm sure you've no doubt heard sneak peeks from your leadership or from other people or rumors or changes, but you haven't heard the details and you don't know what exactly all the buzz is about. Well, tonight you are going to learn what all the buzz is about. So first off, I want to say a huge congratulations to every one of you who just went to the GoPro event. I know it was a smashing success, and everybody who went learned a lot, gained a lot, had an incredible experience. So congrats to everybody who went. And if you didn't, tickets are only $97 for next year, which is an absolute steal. So you want to get those through December 20th while they last. And for those of you who did, I know that you are all excited because here we have this perfect storm of you coming off of that event and now these great changes that we're rolling out. So tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through a deck and we're going to talk about what it is that we're going to be rolling out in 2021 and why it is such a big and major game changer for you in your business. And I'm confident that by the end of this, you will know and feel and be able to say that this is why people have been so excited about this. So I'm going to share a deck and we'll walk through it. And you saw as you were coming on, you saw a little message that said amplify. And that is the theme, if you will, of all of these changes and the theme of our new year as we're coming into the new year. And you're going to see us do a lot to amplify our impact as a company and our impact as a collective group of people who are trying to make a difference in the world. So if you know me, you know that I absolutely love words. I love vocabulary. I love to think about what things mean and not just say them. So when you look up the word amplify in the dictionary, it's a verb and it means to make louder, to increase the strength of, to make larger or greater. And that is what we want to do. We want to increase the strength of, to make louder or greater ourselves, our business, what Vive is accomplishing in the industry and beyond, the difference that we're making for our customers. We want to make that louder and to amplify that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to amplify our impact, and I want you all to envision a limitless future. For just a minute before I dive into the what, I want to just set a picture. We have been about 2 years now, about a year and a half of our full platform and portfolio of services that we've been able to negotiate and to help people with their energy bills and everything else. And guess what? We hit a cool milestone a while back. We hit a milestone where we had over 10,000 bills that were successfully negotiated. And that feels like a phenomenal number, something that I'm really proud of, that setting out, a couple of years ago, would I have thought that we would have finished 10,000 bills in the scale to do that? But in reality, that is a drop in a bucket. That's like the beta. That's like the alpha before the beta, to say, does this thing work? Does this concept work? And yes, it absolutely does. And so we want to amplify that. I fully believe that we are at a stage, we have delivered on so many things internally as a corporate team and as a field leadership team to kind of test this whole thing out and say, does it work? Do we save people money? Are they happy? Is our platform scalable? Can we negotiate bills in a couple of weeks' time for people? Can we have an excellent customer service team? And all those things, it's like check, 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 right? But we wanted to make sure that now, looking back at what we have and how we want to grow, do we have the right incentives in place? Do we have a plan that's going to help us amplify, that's going to help us make ourselves louder, more significant, and greater? And so that's what we're rolling out. And this is a timeline of how this is all going to roll out. So the very first thing we did was give our pay setters and above a preview. That's one of the perks with leadership with our company. We like to make sure our leaders know what's happening so they can answer questions, so they know what's coming. Then we took and expanded that and we did a preview to our GoPro attendees on Friday. Now we're rolling this out field wide on this In the Know. You can share this with anybody on your teams and beyond, and it's out there. The cat is out of the bag, as they say. So the next step we're going to do that's really exciting, I want to mark a calendar right now, is next Monday, 1 week from today, we're going to be back here on the In the Know. And we're going to be rolling out a new overview presentation. I've been working really closely with the corporate team on this and with an incredible group of field leaders that have formed what we're calling a growth council. You're going to hear from some of them at the end of this presentation. And together we're coming up with a phenomenal launch presentation that's going to help you to show your prospects and your team members and anybody that you come across just how awesome Vive is and why they want to be a part of it. And in that, you're going to have launch details in that presentation to hear about platforms and systems and how we're going to make it really, really, really easy for you to show the presentation. So you want to make sure you make it to that next week, and you'll hear a little bit more about that from our Growth Council later. And then the next step, of course, is actually launching this thing. So we're going to launch it in January. You've got the 4th and the 15th there on your slides. And basically what that means is the weekly period that will be the first period that this plan is being paid on will be from Monday the 4th through Sunday the 10th, paid out on the 15th. So basically come back after New Year's, and as of that date, you'll be tracking under this plan, and everything will pay as of that plan. On the 15th is when you'll get the first check on this plan. All right, so before we go into the what, got to talk about the why. I'm a huge Stephen Covey fan. Begin with the end of in mind, of course, is one of his habits for success. And so anytime you make any change, it gets easy to kind of just think arbitrarily and think, well, let's do this because it's cool, or let's do this because some other company's doing it, or let's do this because I heard somebody talk about it or saw somebody do that once. But we wanted to make sure that we were actually really thinking about a plan that was objective based and beginning with why. So here are the things that we wanted to set about in changing with this plan. So first off, we were looking for simplicity. So easier to explain, easier to train, easier to report. I'm assuming that if you're watching this right now, that you have either heard our plan or tried to show our plan to somebody. And some parts of it were really simple. Talking about weekly pay is really simple. Some parts of it were anything but. Trying to explain how you got paid on level pay and all the percentages that were involved in that were not simple. So that was one goal, is that we wanted it really, really simple, easy to train and easy to report on. We wanted to be able to pay people sooner. This is tough because we're in an industry, we're in a company, a product that has really slim margins. Our goal is to save people money. So, we don't have hundreds of dollars on a product with big margins that we can put into huge upfront bonuses. We just don't, because we have a long-term, predictable, residual, sustainable plan, which is one of our biggest benefits, but it also is a challenge sometimes when we can't pay people up front. So we wanted to find out, how do we get quicker proof money, and what can we do as a company to invest in that fast path to ROI and getting that proof money. So the other thing we wanted was more attractive leadership pay. We know that many of you have set your sights on, first pay setter and then beyond, and we wanted to make that extremely attractive for people as they hit those ranks. And so we also wanted super consistent and predictable pay. The benefit of a new plan, if we're successful, would be that somebody could really understand, what do I need to do to earn this? And how can I have that be consistent and take off those ups and downs a little bit that can sometimes happen in this industry? And we also wanted really attractive commercial and partner pay. We actually felt like this part of our plan was already there and really strong. So we thought, how can we make changes to fix everything else and not affect our partners or not affect our commercial consultants who are really driving after that piece of the business? So I'm really, really happy to say that this was a big challenge a couple months ago as we started thinking about these changes, but I can confidently say check, 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 all 5 checks on that we have done this, and in spades, and you'll see why. So with those goals in mind, we're going to go through what actually is changing in 2021. So here are the changes. There are just a few, but they're really, really important ones. So number one, we've created an incredibly more lucrative fast action period. Our fast action period, you're going to see, doesn't look anything like our old fast action period. Somebody can come in and really earn as much as they want in that time period. So more bills equals bigger bonuses, more pros equals bigger bonuses. And we never had up team bonuses on fast action activity. So when somebody earned a fast action bonus, there was always a lot of great recognition and team building and applause that would happen in the Facebook group, but there was really no money being generated upline. So without affecting negatively what the person is earning, in fact, we've made that a lot more, we're also adding money into the up team. So we've made the fast action a big deal. And why do we do that? Well, because that early momentum creates growth. It creates growth in your business. It duplicates, it creates growth across the whole business, because we want people to come in and be successful. We want somebody to come in and get a quick ROI and see that it works and help others do the same. And ultimately that becomes a sustainable, duplicatable business. So the second thing that we did is we have more powerful pay on savings. So this is one of the things where we just simply didn't have a simple plan. As you know, you had to do a lot of calculation and figuring out what you earned on level pay, and you earned pennies. And in the long run, in the long game, that would be great because you can build up a residual income, but people want money now. And so we've created an entirely new bonus called a savings bonus. I think you're going to love it. I'm going to show you how it works. And it's one of our favorite parts about the plan, just because it's simple, it's predictable, it's upfront, it pushes money into the early part of the plan. And I have to tell you, from a company perspective, this is an area of the plan that we're investing in. We're choosing to invest. We're choosing to pay more out than we bring in the early days of a customer's life cycle with us, because we've now got enough time behind us that we can see that we have a good collections rate, that we can see that customers like our products. So this is one that we're excited to invest in you. And then the third thing is we've created more lucrative up team bonuses. So we've created something called the power team, which you'll hear about. And ultimately, it makes it very lucrative for you to build a team. We now have this leadership pay on things that we didn't have before. So every pro member that comes in, more people are being paid upline. Every fast action bonus that is hit, people are being paid upline. Every savings bonus that is achieved, people are being paid upline. So we created this really cool up team bonus. And then the biggest thing, which really I should lead with, because it is the bulk of the plan and it's what checks so many of our goals: simplicity, consistency, predictability, is we've made weekly pay even more powerful. So you're familiar with our standard weekly pay. Well, now we've created active weekly pay, which gives you the opportunity to double your weekly payout for the same number of points. So if you think about, you had to have 1,250 points to hit Paysetter, you have to have 2,500 to hit partner. Those points haven't changed, but as an active consultant, and I'll tell you what that means, you can have double the weekly pay. So this is probably the biggest, not probably, this is the biggest change we've made. And it is the thing that drives the majority of the goals that I set out there for you a couple slides ago, that makes it simple, consistent, predictable, powerful, rewards leadership, so many things, because we've made weekly pay kind of the core of our plan, a points-based plan that drives people to the opportunity to earn predictable, consistent weekly pay. So with that, because points are now such a big deal, they've always been a big deal, but they're an even bigger deal in our plan. Now we've decided to make points even more attractive. So a few changes we're making: tax services. So any of your customers who go through Courtney Epps and have anything done on their taxes, those points are now doubled. Energy services. So in the 10 states where you can have customers on our autopilot energy plan, those points are now doubled. Existing customers too. So you'll see those start to trickle in as new orders fire over the next several weeks. And that just makes that product that much more attractive. We love that product. And then we've added, so if you're a consultant on a monthly plan, previously there were no points allocated for that. So we've added points to that. So that plan is now 5 points. So if somebody comes into your team, they're not quite ready to be a pro, no problem. They want to be a consultant, there's still points for that plan. And then we are, not right away, not in January, but we are going to be coming up with a premium membership, which we're excited about, which will have some great new benefits that we're working on, and also give you an opportunity to earn more points if you're interested in that membership. So what else is changing and what's staying? So it's easier to talk about what's changing, which is just really the two things you see there. Level pay and gen pay are gone. So those two things are going away because that's where we had the most complexity and really not as much value for you as a consultant. But what's staying the same is everything else. Everything that you loved about the plan. The leadership pools are staying the same. Personal pay on your bills over 3,000. So that those of you targeting commercial, there's no change to that great opportunity you have. Affiliates and resellers, if you brought those onto your team, they're still earning a nice, consistent, simple rev share. Personal pay on energy efficiency, so you can go out and sell energy efficiency products and make good, lucrative money. Pro members, every time you sell a pro membership, $75, that's staying the same. And the ability to place people in your placement tree. So we have this points-based plan with the ability to place people, and that's all the same. So the only thing that's changing is the level pay and gen pay, which I think arguably is the part that nobody understood, is going away. One of the catalysts for these changes, and I won't call out the person who I did on our Paysetter call, but I actually received a very normal question from one of our Paysetters that just said, hey, can somebody help me understand the level pay and how it works? And my answer was so long and so complicated. And I hated how complicated it was. I hated to say, well, sure, here's what you do. You just take the savings and multiply it by 50%, and then divide that by the number of months, and then multiply that by 20% for the CV, and then multiply that by 50%, and then minus what the level one is getting paid, and then multiply that by the 7 or 8% that you're getting. Like, what? And I just lost some of you, I know. But that's why those are going away. And that's why we're replacing them with simple, predictable, consistent, powerful income. So, all right. So with that, let's dive in. So I'm going to just pause for a minute and tell you what you guys are hearing tonight is kind of the first and last time we're going to do a presentation that's about the transition. That's about, here's what we had, here's what we're doing, here's how we're changing it. Starting next Monday, you're just going to see a really cool presentation that's for the new person, and you'll start to see the power of how simple this all is and how that comes together. So, so with that, let me dive into some of this. So we started this thing called the Power Team that I mentioned earlier. So who is this leadership power team? Well, we really thought about it. And we thought, who are the people that are the most meaningful in terms of impacting you and your business? Who do you reach out the most? And 3 levels, because that's sort of 3 levels of influence that can really impact you and affect you. And then your first Paysetter and above, and your first silver partner and above. Those are kind of the 5 people that can really help you in your business, your power team. And you, of course, can build your own power team that can be unlimited. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So the 3 bonuses that get paid to this power team are pro member enrollments. So every new pro in your team gets paid to that power team. Fast action bonuses. So every time somebody in your team earns a fast action bonus, it pays up to that power team. And then every time somebody earns a savings bonus, it pays up to that power team. So this is really truly what it sounds like. It's your power team, the people that are surrounding you, that are there to help you, but also you have the ability now to create a massive power team of your own. So let's talk about these different bonuses, and we'll get back to how the power team plays into that a little bit. So first off, the fast action. I told you it looked totally different from our current one, and that's true. So our current one, the max you could earn is $150. That's cool, but it's not super exciting for somebody to come and maximize their first 60 days. So our fast action now is awesome. So you become a pro and then start uploading your bills to start earning. Now, if you don't want to become a pro, that's fine. You can put in an extra 20 bills if you're just a consultant. So just like today, by getting 30 points with a pro membership and 10 bills, or putting in 30 bills. The same concept is there. But we like to talk about it as becoming a pro is the fastest, easiest way, because it is, and there's so much benefit in that pro membership. So here's the way it works. Somebody puts in, they're a pro member and they do 10 bills, it's $150. Now notice I didn't say 30 points. Notice I said 10 bills, because we want to, again, one of our objectives is pay people sooner. So we wanted to make it so that somebody could literally earn their fast action day 1 if they want to. So you can come in and put in your 10 bills, and it's just the activity of putting in your bills. We don't care how many points are generated from those. We don't care how long it takes to negotiate for the purpose of your bonus. So that means that you can bring in a new person, they can put in their own bills and help a friend or family member put in some bills for a total of 10 bills. And the very next Friday, they can earn their fast action bonus. So it's that quick and that speed and that this works and I trust it and I can move on, and you don't have to wait for points. So really, really powerful. But somebody's going, well, 10 bills, that's easy. I can do that with myself and a neighbor, or myself and 2 neighbors. So what if I want to do more? Well, great. If they do 15 bills, they get $200. If they do 20 bills, they get $250. If they do 30 bills, they get $400. So it really makes it so that somebody wants to come in, hit the ground running, help as many people save as possible during that 60-day window can really maximize that. We're keeping the sponsor bonus in play. So any one of those fast actions, even if it's just the 10 bills, somebody's going to get, not somebody, their sponsor, your sponsor is going to get $50. So everybody you personally sponsor, if they become a pro, you will have earned the 75 already. Now you get to earn $50 when they hit their fast action. And then anybody in your power team, you're earning bonuses on too. So the power team is paid on each one of those fast actions, and paid even more the more that somebody does. So we've also added this whole other fast action builder bonus. So people like to come in and you want to help people save money and help people save and earn. Sometimes it's hard to get customers because they want to become consultants. And so now we've created a great way where every 3 pro memberships that you sell, you're also going to get a bonus. So you get a fast action builder bonus when you sell 3 pro memberships. It's also $150. The sponsor also gets a $50 bonus on that. The power team also gets a bonus on that. So every time 3 pro memberships are paid. But here's the kicker. You might not want to stop at 3 pro memberships the same way you didn't stop at 10 bills. So this fast action builder bonus, you can do again and again and again, as many times as you want, unlimited during your first 60 days. So you can really see with this how you can create an action plan with your new person to say, how much do you want to earn in your first 60 days? Let's get you started and let's hit those goals. And the minute that you achieve this, the minute you put in your 10 bills, you've qualified for the bonus and it's paid the very next Friday. You don't have to wait for those points. All right, I'm excited. Okay, so here's just the details of how those fast action bonuses pay out, how the power team bonuses pay out. This will all be in some detailed information coming your way. Feel free to screenshot it, but we'll be sending you a nice document as well. All right, so let's talk about the savings bonus. So now you've already earned the bonus when the bills come in because you've earned either your own personal if you're in your fast action, or you've earned a power team bonus if you're in their power team. So we've already paid out on those bills. But if somebody's saving 150 or more, we're going to pay an additional bonus. So here's how it works. Your customers upload their bills. They save on their bills. You're totally familiar with these emails that are always coming out telling you how much your customers have saved. And if it's 150 or more, you earn a savings bonus and your power team earns a saving bonus. And remember, we've already paid on these bills. So this is an additional bonus for bigger bills, essentially, is what you should think about this as. And this happens for anybody in your entire power team. So here's the details on that and how much gets paid out on each one of them. Now, I just want to talk about this for a minute and kind of give you a comparison because it's super powerful. So I had this written down right here. I've lost my cheat sheet. Dang it. All right, I'll have to go from memory. Or I'll just do the math while we're talking. So let's think about this in today's world, just as a comparison, because I want you to understand how powerful this is. I'm going to pull out my calculator. So let's say your customer saved $500 today. So you times that or divide that by 12, say it was over 12 months, could have been over 24 months, would have been even less. We'll times that by 50% for our fee. And then we'll times that by the amount that goes into CV. And we'll times that by what you would have earned. So you, as the level 1 person for that customer who saved $500, would have earned 41 cents. Or if you had 50 PCP, you would have earned $2. So now you're getting the very next Friday after that first order is paid from that customer, $15 versus 41 cents. So as an up team member from that person, so if we think about it that way, do the math there. So if you were in level 2 of that customer, you would have earned 16 cents. So there's the difference for you. So you're now getting $2 instead of 16 cents on every bill that's saved. So we just decided we're going to invest in the field. We're going to put that money up front, make it easier and faster for people to earn money on savings. And the best part is this is actually a smaller part of our plan. The big part of our plan is the points-based weekly pay, which you'll see here in a minute. So really excited about this bonus, the simplicity of it, the generosity of it. We're investing, we're actually paying more than we're taking in those first payments, but that's because we believe in our service now and we've seen how the platform works. I want to talk a little bit about that bottom half of the screen that you see there. So the bottom half there, earn as your customer saves. We know that many of you are going after large commercial bills. We've got from 3,000 to 5,000 in savings here, but that's much smaller than a lot of what we've achieved. We've achieved savings in the tens of thousands of dollars. An $80,000 bill audit or a $700,000 negotiation. Those are real, or a $50,000 negotiation. So those are remaining as a rev share. So you earn as the customer pays, and you earn a 15% rev share for the life of that customer account. And the up team, power team is paid their fee up front. So really a perfect blend of making it attractive for you if you're going after commercial, and attractive for you if you're building a team and you want to get those payments up front. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the power team and who goes into this power team. So your upline power team is what we already talked about. It's your level 1, your level 2, your level 3 above you, and your first up team Pacesetter and your first up team silver partner. Now you're thinking, well, those might be the same people. Somebody might have personally sponsored me and they are a silver partner. And here's how that works. So when you are building your own power team, you of course can have everybody you personally sponsor that's on your level 1, and you're earning an override on all of that. Your level 2, you're earning an override on all of that. Your level 3, but you're going to have people far beyond that. You're going to have people that go well past your level 3. And on all of those, you can earn a Pacesetter or a silver partner override, but it can overlap. So the way that works is if you've personally sponsored somebody on your level 1 and you're a silver partner, you're going to earn the silver partner bonus, the Pacesetter bonus, and the level 1 bonus on that person. So really powerful as you're continuing to build your team and you continue to advance in rank. You're now going to get those savings bonuses on your entire power team. All right, so weekly pay. Weekly pay is not changing. So this part of our plan was the part that met a lot of our objectives already. It was simple, predictable, consistent. So you'll see the same amounts here. We are going to add some ranks to the top because we've had some people request that. When you really look at the number of bills required to achieve our top ranks, it's well within reach. So you'll see starting next week some ranks that we're going to be adding there at the top, but your requirements for weekly pay are the same. You hit the rank, you get the weekly pay. But we're adding active weekly pay. So active double weekly pay is literally what it sounds like. It's double for people who are active. And so the activity requirements too are actually pretty modest activity requirements. So we really looked at it and said, who's somebody, what would be the activity that we would want for somebody that's really building their Vive business? And so we divided it into 3 categories. First of all, to qualify for that, we wanted somebody to be a top personal saver, meaning you've gone out and done the work and you have personal customers that you're helping. So you do that by either being a pro member with 50 PCP or having 100 PCP without a pro membership. So either way, the easiest way to do that is a pro membership with 50 PCP. That means you've got active customers, you're maintaining that, you're being a champion of our product, and you're a top personal saver. The next is to be a team builder. So what we're looking at here is that your organization, your rank qualified points are increasing at least 1 week in the previous 3. So pretty modest sign of growth. Like let's say you have a big commercial bill somewhere in your team and so your points drop 1 week. We're not looking for net growth over those 3 weeks. We're just looking for at least one of those weeks where your points are going up and growing. So there's some activity happening in your plan or in your team anywhere at any level. And the cool part of this, because it's a points-based plan, that can happen at any level. It's not limited to your 3 levels for your power team. Your points can happen on level 100 or level 200 or anywhere, as long as those points are going up somewhere in your team in the last 3 weeks one time. And then leading by example, we want you to bring in a new customer, a new bill, a new consultant sometime in the last 6 weeks, just to show that you're active in the plan, and that doubles your weekly pay. So really great component of the plan. This meets the predictability and the consistency and all of those check marks that we wanted for really powerful pay. And it takes what was kind of lumpy or spread out and makes it really, really simple and lucrative. So then leadership pools aren't changing. So the same amazing ways to get into the visionary circle. So just as a reminder, some of you might not even know because it's been a while since we talked about this, but if you become a pace setter within the first 90 days, which is 13 commission cycles, then you get to be in the visionary circle and get a piece of that pool. But also if you personally sponsor somebody who does that. So if you're thinking, man, my 90 days are up. Well, it's never too late for somebody to decide to become a visionary member. I love that component of this personally because, as you know, I have a huge vision for this company. We've just started, we've just scratched the surface and just have begun in what we can accomplish. So I want to surround myself with people who see that vision and share it and think, gosh, 10,000 bills negotiated is nothing. 10 million in savings is nothing. I mean, I'm proud of it. I don't want to diminish it, but man, we've got hundreds of millions of customers to help. And so that visionary pool is always open to somebody to personally sponsor somebody and say, listen, I'm going to make a run with you. And if you're in, I'm in. And so we love that about that. So this becomes now our new comp plan at a glance. And it's really cool how this kind of tells the story, and you can talk to somebody about how to build their team. So you start with your fast action period. You come in, maximize your first 60 days. Do you want to make 150? Do you want to make 400? Do you want to make 700? What do you want to make in those first 60 days? Let's get an action plan and help you do it. So then once you put those bills in, you earn that bonus immediately. And then sit back, and as those bills are negotiated, some of those, they're all going to create points for you. Every one of those are going to create points for you and help you start to build rank, which is going to earn you weekly pay. But some of those are going to have savings of more than 150, and you're going to get a savings bonus on those. And then you're building your power team, and you're going to get savings bonuses on all of those. And then of course, as you're advancing in rank, you can become a part of any of one of our leadership pools. So I love the new comp plan at a glance. Really explains what you can do and goes through this whole plan as a story. I just got a text message from somebody that says my screen is blurry. Is it blurry for everybody else as well? I hope not. I can't see what you're seeing. Okay, I'm getting thumbs up from people here. So hopefully it's just, I only received one text. So hopefully it's just that person. Anyway, so really excited about the simplicity of this and thrilled that you have something that you can show somebody that, like, literally in about 5 minutes, people can understand this plan. Maybe more than 5, maybe 7. But they can get the plan. And all right, so with a clear and consistent compensation plan, the benefit about that is that you can create a clear and simple action plan. And that's one of the biggest benefits that I think that this new plan has, is that somebody can come in and you can sit down with them, and it's really up to them. What do you want to achieve? And based on what you want to achieve, we'll reverse engineer that. We'll come up with a plan and we'll help you get there. So for example, how many of you have either been asked, and I can't see you right now, so I guess just drop a comment, but how many of you have either been asked or have asked something simple like, how would I make $500 a month in this plan? And maybe you haven't had an answer to that. It's been a hard answer to give. It's been a hard question to answer. Well, the benefit of this plan is that it's extremely simple to answer that now. So the answer to that is just simply have 30 active team members with 50 PCP on average, which is super achievable, but even bigger than that, it's really easy to explain. You can give somebody that answer and create an action plan. So somebody wants to know, how do I make $5,000 a month? Well, great. It's simple. Have 300 active team members with 50 PCP on average. And you can do this for any number you want. Somebody wants to know how to make 50,000 a month? Fine. Have 3,500 active team members with 50 PCP on average. And as you can see, this goes, on and on. And you can create an action plan for somebody based on what their goal is. And it's extremely achievable. When you break that down and think, well, gosh, how many? So that's 3,500 people with 50 PCP on average, and 50 PCP is how many bills? So that's really not an unreasonable amount of customers. And so, that's what I love about this, is the simplicity and the ability for you to create a simple action plan. Out of the corner of my eye, I'm seeing that a few more of you are saying you have a blurry screen. So, but I'm also seeing mostly people saying it's clear. So we will release a recorded version of this, and hopefully that one will be clear for you. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the transition details. I said that it launched on January 4th, and that's true. But what I do not want you doing is thinking, okay, this thing goes live on January 4th, so I'm going to sit back and come January 4th, I'm going to run. Because essentially, all of the activities that are being tracked for you are being tracked right now. And so there's absolutely no reason to sit back. In fact, the opposite is true. You want to run as fast as you can, because in a way, these next couple of weeks, the end of the year, I guess 3 weeks to the end of the year, is like a double period for you. So first of all, now you know why I've been harping like submit your bills, submit your bills, submit your bills, take advantage of double points. Now you get it, because any bill that you put in now is double points forever. And points are so much more powerful in this plan, because that's going to get you toward that double weekly pay and earning even more predictably and consistently. So that's still good through the end of the year, and then it's done. So I already extended that once. I'm not extending it again. So take advantage of that now. Now, also, if you're currently in your fast action period, or if you have somebody that says, gosh, I really think this is great, I want to join this, but I'm going to wait till January 4th because I want that fast action bonus and not this one. Well, guess what? We're just going to let those people earn it twice if they hurry. So you got to hustle for this. But if you're currently in your fast action period, or you're talking to somebody who wants to join, if they come on in and submit 10 bills, that's already going to earn them today's fast action, right? Because 10 bills is going to be your 1 point for each qualified bill. That's a guaranteed 30 points, even without waiting for it to negotiate. That's already going to earn it. But what we're going to do is when we launch this, we're going to let those new people qualify for the new bonus too. We're not going to look at it and be like, oh, you already got paid, we're not going to pay you again. The reason we're doing that is I didn't want people thinking, well, if I can only get 8 between now and January 4th, I'm not even going to start because I don't want to have to start again at 0. So in other words, anything you're submitting right now is counting toward the new fast action bonus. Do you get it? But anything you're submitting right now is already counting toward the existing one because it's programmed and it's there and I can't really stop it. Well, I mean, that's a lie. I could, but I chose not to. So in other words, double points, double bonuses for like this short little limited period of time. So if people want to take advantage of that, they best get busy. So, all right. I think that's the end. Oh no, that's not the end of my slides. So I just want to end with this. I talked about this at Summit. You guys have heard me talk about it. I'm going to talk about it again because we have massive potential. Between our summit that we had in October and the summit that we had previous to that, our jump in savings went from $2 million to $9.5 million, which was awesome. And everybody cheered, and it was virtually, but I could still hear you. And I saw your stuff in the chat, and it was amazing. And that was so fun. But guys, when you think about our goal, my BHAG, our big, hairy, audacious goal of 100 million, like we've just started, right? But that 100 million also looks pretty achievable. So I see this chart 2 ways. I see this chart as like, wow, that stair step from the yellow to the light blue is sure huge. But I also see it and go, well, wait a minute. In like 1 year, we accomplished that first little step. Like that's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. And we could go from 10,000 bills over the last 18 months to 10,000 bills per month. And we absolutely could do that and beyond. And so I feel like someday in the not too distant future, we'll be on some presentation like this and I'll be thinking, do you remember when 100 million in savings felt so out of reach? And it felt like such a big goal. And I'll pull this exact same slide up and I won't even redesign it. I'll pull this exact slide and we'll look at what our next goal is at that point. So with that, that is why I feel so passionate about this idea of amplify, making us bigger, louder, stronger, greater, whatever definition you want to give to that, and envisioning that truly limitless future. Because once we start thinking about what other bill categories, what other countries, what other places can we look at where people are being taken advantage of and we can help them with a high-tech, high-touch service and a community of passionate people, how can we help people make their lives better? So I'm very, very thrilled about this whole plan. I'm going to stop my share now and I'm going to pull up a panel, which I'm really excited about. Before I do, I'll just explain who they are. So part of getting us amplified and ready for 2021 was having the right incentives in place. Like I mentioned, we've got the platform, we have the service, we have the integrity, we have the company, we have the culture, we have the brand, we have all of that. We needed the right incentives in place, but we also need the right tools in place and the right support in place. And I knew that was only going to happen with a really awesome, incredible collaboration with our field leaders. And so I put the offer out to our Pacesetters and above. I had lots of people say, you know, pick me and volunteer. And we've got a phenomenal group of people. I have just a few represented here on tonight's call that are going to share a few of their thoughts. So I'm going to stop my little share here and pull up my panel. Let me change my view to gallery so we can see you guys all. Woohoo! All right, so with me here tonight, I have Paul Akins and Tracy Akins, Scarduzio Akins. Hello, guys.
Hey,
hello.
Hello, and I have Brendan Kenny, one of the incredible Team V Kenny brothers. and super passionate supporter of all of you. And I have the one, the only Miss Blaney Teal, the woman behind the scenes at Summit and all other kinds of wonderful things. Hello. And I have Kevin and his dogs. And Kevin, can you turn your video on? I hope you can turn your video on. All right. Well, I hope that Kevin and the boys, or even just Kevin, can reveal themselves here sometime. So this is a portion of our growth council, and what I would like to do is just let you guys go around. We have a really great crew between everybody watching on Zoom and everybody watching on Facebook. We've got a great number of people here watching, and then of course people watching the replay. So I'd love to have each of you share your thoughts, and I thank you all for your contribution and insight to where we've gotten so far. And I thank you in advance for the amazing support you're going to give our field in 2021. I know your involvement in helping them grow is going to be as important or more important than everything I just talked about, because really you're going to be the key to driving this and making it happen. So thank you guys so much. And I'll stop and sit back, and I can't wait to hear you guys share some of your insights.
Awesome.
I'll pick on you guys. Tracy and Paul, you want to go first?
I was going to defer to Brendan since he's been around a lot longer than we have.
We'll let Brendan.
Just called you old,
that was not what that was. That's not what that was.
We'll let Brendan close us out. So how about we go to you guys, and then we'll flip over to Blaney, and then if Kevin gets his video on, we'll go to Kevin, and then we'll go to Brendan. Does that work?
That works.
All right, awesome.
So I just want to say that I'm really excited about what the future is going to have. You know, we just came off of GoPro. So that means, you know, they're talking about transformation starting in January. And that's what we're going to be doing as a company. We're going to be actually transforming and moving forward as a team, as a unit, which I'm really excited about. And, you know, bottom line is you just need to make a decision for yourself, a decision to do this business, and a decision to get out there and help your family and community.
So true.
So I got to tell you, Cammie, I'm blown away. This is what we've been waiting for. The simplicity, the ease of explaining this comp plan, and the generosity of it. To be in a position as a company where you can now invest upfront with some of those bonuses. You know, you're going to be paying people more on some customers than you're going to get back over the first 6 months or more on a customer. So that's taking a risk.
Wait a minute. I might need to redo some things.
You know, that's an investment in the team out in the field. You know,
Absolutely.
so thank you for that. That's a great investment. You know, and I'm a math guy. I love numbers, and I can do math in my head pretty quickly. And I've seen that glazed over look when I start to try to explain the comp plan at 50% of the savings, but then 20% goes into the CV, and then you get 50% of that. And if it's on your, so thank you. I don't have to do that anymore.
And he doesn't have to create an Excel spreadsheet for me.
And I think one of the, you know, aside from the double weekly pay, which is amazing. So anybody who doesn't understand the power in that, look back very carefully at those slides, do everything you need to do to double your weekly pay, because that's incredibly powerful. And the other thing that I really love is that there's something in this comp plan for everybody.
Absolutely.
If you're a customer gatherer, the money's right there up front. If you're a team builder, there's the fast team builder bonus, and there's pay in depth for building a team. If you're a commercial specialist who doesn't want to build a team and just wants to run out there and get some big commercial customers, the pay is there to make it worth your time. So who could ask for anything more?
Awesome. Thank you guys. Love it. Great feedback. Really appreciate that. All right, we'll flip over to you, Blaney.
All right. Well, I did everything they say. However, I will tell you, I am not a numbers person. So for those of you guys that know me, I'm a people person, right? I love just going out and saving people money. And I love that we're not selling anything. So for me, I'm thrilled that the comp plan now is something that I can explain. But I know one of the things that we are really excited about with Tracy and Brendan and Kevin and everybody that's here on our growth council is giving the field the tools. And I'm a systems person. So like you're a numbers person, Paul, I'm a systems person. So it's going to be amazing that we're going to be able to create tools and systems to simplify this so that you can present this, so that you can get more customers and build your team. And that is something that we're working on to roll out to the field, right? To make sure that you guys have the tools. So if there's something that you feel that we need, feel free to reach out to us that you see here. We want to make sure that everybody is armed with simplicity and with tools. So that's my 2 cents tonight. And I'm excited to finally be able to explain the comp plan in like 30 seconds now.
Awesome. Thank you, Blaney. I love it. I love your passion. All right, Kevin, your video's working. Yay.
Yay! I'm up. I'm running. It's been a challenging weekend for me technologically, but we're getting there little by little. As you can see, I'm on my phone.
Hey, whatever works.
Whatever works. So I'll tell you, I'm excited about what's going on here, because really, here's the simplicity of what we need to do. When people say, "What do I have to do?" Get bills. But what do I have to do after that? Get bills. Explain it to people that like the idea and want to get involved with us. Great. What do they have to do? Get bills. That's it. I mean, the whole point here is get bills. There really is no other. There's no other focus. I mean, the whole point here is to get bills. I mean, that's it. And if people stick to that, and I think I was. Eeks.
You're good.
I was
No,
on.
we hear
I
you.
was on. Yeah, I was echoing somewhere. Are you guys hearing me? Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
We do great.
Okay. So anyway, if people just get bills, that's all we have to do. Just get bills.
Well, now I wish I had my Vive shirt on that says "Got Bills." That's what I needed to have on right now.
There you go. There's a new motto. Got bills, get
New
bills.
t-shirt, get bills.
Got bills. Get bills. Got bills. Awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on.
All right, Brendan, kick it over to you.
This is great. So there's a lot of folks on tonight. So thank you for spending some time with us this Monday night. It's probably the most I've seen in a while. So it's, some buzz is going around. That means people are making phone calls. I love it. But we also want everyone to know there's some new people on. I know that for a fact because I've gotten texts saying, "Hey, do you mind if I send someone new onto the platform tonight?" And the answer was, yeah, send them on. But just understand that this is a high level compensation rollout to an existing sales force. So if you're new and you don't even know what we're doing, I encourage you to it's okay. We'll get you the information you need. That's going to be very important. But, from a leader's perspective, and I've been in the industry for, 12 years. And, what I can tell you is I learned a lot in the last 12 years. But one of the things that is critical in any kind of customer acquisition or any kind of a team building scenario is when you have something that's complex. So, there's a saying that I learned yesterday at the GoPro, and I always say personal development is a huge part of what you're about to venture into. But someone said something yesterday that was really impactful, and it kind of summed up where we were as a company and what we've done to fix that. And that person said, complexity is the enemy of execution. And so, what we were a complex company because we had so many different ways to describe who we were. And so Vive is life better. That's to come alive, to make people's lives better. So I'm looking at Vive as life easier to explain. Is really good, right? Life better, easier to explain. But we have a service-based industry, and in this industry, most of the people you'll hear from, they'll talk about their products and inventory and moving products and getting people to spend money on stuff like that. I was attracted to this industry because I was in a product-based business for 15 years selling cell phones. And when someone in a presentation said that there's a way to make money off of just educating the consumer, the public, about a better way of maybe lowering their cost of what they're currently doing in a service-based industry, that was like, whoa, how could that happen? And what Cami built, the ability to not only be able to save people on just one, think about it, on one product or service that they're using, but multiple. The average home has 3 or 4 of our services. The average business has close to 10. And so we can go with this platform, this technology platform, just save so many people so much money and just make everyone's life better, but then completely explain to somebody how easy it is if they were to do that simple action, how easy it is to get paid and compensated for that activity. So I couldn't be any happier. And I want everyone to know that this growth committee that we're on, first of all, we're meeting weekly. We're a collective collaborating group that is amazing. We all have your best interest at heart. We're all builders. We're all network marketing professionals that understand what the field needs. And so we're going to develop tools, like Blaney said, that are going to be exactly what you need to grow your business. And so we're going to have the first PowerPoint presentation. Our goal is to have it ready for next Monday. We're going to debut it. It's going to be exciting. And then we'll be able to start showing the plan on a regular basis. We're going to create a platform where anyone can see this plan on a Monday, join on a Monday night, because it's not going to take till the next day to join. You hopefully will be able to make a decision that night, and then ultimately invite 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 people to see it the next night, right? So that's the ultimate goal here, is to be able to show you guys how we're going to communicate this platform. So ultimately you can do it on your own. It's going to be very simple, but we will teach you everything you need to know. As leaders, we've committed to this process. I know my family, my brothers, everyone that's on the Leadership Growth Committee, all the leaders have made a commitment to make Vive a special place in the industry. And so we're really, really excited to get started. Thank you, Cami, for everything you've done tonight. I'm already busy today. I've had so many calls. Tomorrow I've got them all lined up. Listen, we're going to make this a very available to all of you, so you can start to grow your teams and get busy. So thank you very much. This is awesome, Cami. You did a great job. Thank you for an awesome presentation tonight.
Very cool. And I also just wanted to point out, which is something that I didn't even realize when we were figuring out who was going to be on the call or on the Growth Council, but every single person who talked tonight, and also Brian Dalmasa, who's on the Growth Council, has been one of our Icon Award recipients. So I was sitting here listening to you all talk, and I was like, oh man, we chose well and chose good people, because you're all committed to the vision. And so I was just sitting here actually getting a little bit just emotional and grateful for every one of you, and really, really excited for the next step in this journey. I'm just sitting here going like, man, these are some cool people. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why they got Icon Awards. So, so for those of you who don't know, the Icon Award is, I don't know, it's like our really cool award every year. And it's beautiful. You guys probably have it on your desk behind you. It's a big, beautiful piece of art. It's glass. Yeah, there it is. Look at that thing. And it's different every year because it's a custom piece of art. So there you go. So so thank you guys all for being on this call, and most importantly for—
Hey Tom, there have been some projects in the past, and yes, they were much larger minimum investment.
Hey Kevin.
Hi Kevin.
You're not muted.
I was like, that wasn't totally relevant. But he is right. There's a very minimum investment. Oh, yeah,
of course, there's a very tiny investment involved here.
Oh, Kevin. All right, guys. And on that note, this is what I love about Vive. We're real, we're human, we're funny. We're fun to do business with, we're fun to hang out with, and someday we're going to be fun to travel with again, too. So don't forget, 5,000 people experiencing the world through service. All right, guys, we're coming up on the hour, and I know you all have some calls to make, but I will see you next Monday on the In the Know for an unveiled presentation and rollout. And get busy. So, all right. Thanks, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thanks, Cami. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.